All right, let's dive in. Today, we're going to peel back the curtain on something you deal with every single day, but probably never really think about. We're talking about the huge, invisible network that brings every single thing you buy right to your fingertips. So let's kick things off with a simple question.
Now really, think about it for a second. How does that product, made in some factory maybe hundreds or even thousands of miles away, end up on a shelf right in your neighborhood, just waiting for you? It seems so simple, right? But the journey is actually this fascinating puzzle of logistics and, well, pure efficiency.
So, here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll look at the big problem that manufacturers have to solve. Then we'll see how the middleman comes in with a pretty brilliant solution. We'll get to know the two main players, that's wholesalers and retailers, and finally, we'll take a peek at how technology is shaking the whole game up. Okay, so first up, the distribution dilemma. You gotta ask, why all the complexity in the first place? I mean, why can't the company that makes your favorite drink just sell it straight to you? Well, it all boils down to a problem of simple but massive math. Let's just picture a really simple setup. You've got 5 different companies making 5 different things. And over here, you have 10 customers who want to buy those things. Now, if every single one of those companies has to create a direct line to every single customer, you just get this incredibly tangled web of connections.
And that web adds up to 50 separate points of contact. That's 50 different orders, 50 shipments, 50 invoices. It's just total chaos. It's expensive, and for any company of any real size, it's pretty much impossible to manage.
But what if we add a specialist, a central hub right in the middle? Now, all 5 of those manufacturers, they only have to deal with one place. And those 10 customers, they only have to go to that one place to get everything they need. All of a sudden, that tangled mess becomes a clean, organized system. And this is where the magic happens. The number of connections just plummets from 50 all the way down to 15. That's a 70% drop in complexity, in pure hassle. This efficiency, this huge savings in time, effort, and money, that is the entire reason this hidden network even exists. So let's give these heroes of efficiency their proper name. You've probably heard it before. The formal term for this central hub is the middleman, or sometimes an intermediary. They are the absolutely essential link between the people who make stuff and, well, us, the people who buy it. Now, the key word in that whole definition is specializing. See, these aren't just folks who buy something and sell it for a bit more. They are experts. Experts in things like logistics, storage, transportation, and even financing. They handle all the stuff the original producer might not be very good at.
And here's the bottom line for the producer. By letting someone else handle all the headaches of distribution, they get to do what they do best: focus on designing and making great products. The whole system just works better because everyone is sticking to what they're good at.
This whole system is really built on 2 major types of middlemen. So let's start with the first one, the wholesaler. These guys are the big, powerful, and often totally invisible players that are working just behind the curtain.
Okay, so what's the real difference here? It all comes down to one simple question. Who's your customer? A wholesaler buys, say, a giant pallet of soda from the factory and sells it to a store. The retailer then takes one can of soda off that pallet and sells it to you. One sells to businesses, the other sells to us. It's that simple.
You know, for a manufacturer, a good wholesaler is an absolute dream partner. They place enormous orders, which makes planning production way easier. They often pay for the goods right away, which is great for cash flow. And this is a big one, they take on the risk. They buy all that inventory, hoping it's going to sell. They're basically the manufacturer's first and most important customer.
So, from the wholesaler, our stuff continues its journey to the final link in the chain. The one you know the best, of course, the retailer. This is where the product finally gets to meet the public.
Just think about what your local store actually does for you. They save you from having to buy 1,000 rolls of toilet paper at once. They put thousands of different products all under one roof, so you can get everything in one go. They let you know about new things, and sometimes they even offer services like delivery. They basically build a curated little market just for you.
And the world of retail is incredibly diverse, right? But we can kind of break it down into 3 big types. First, you've got your itinerant retailers. Think street vendors or market stalls that move around. Then you've got the classic fixed small shops, your neighborhood corner store. And finally, you have the giants, the department stores, the supermarkets, the big chain stores.
So now that we kind of get the classic system, let's look at how this whole thing is changing, like right now, right in front of us. Because while the job of distribution is more important than ever, the way it gets done is in constant motion.
There are a few really powerful trends shaking everything up. Obviously, you've got online shopping, e-tailing, which means you don't even need a physical store to be a retailer anymore. And at the same time, you've got these huge retailers that have gotten so massive, they've basically started acting as their own wholesalers, which completely blurs those old lines we talked about. It's a shift that's redefining the very idea of what a store even is.
And that leaves us with one last really interesting thought. The job of the middleman, gathering, storing, and delivering stuff, that job is more essential than ever in our crazy global economy. It's not going anywhere. The real question, the one for the future, is who, or maybe what, is going to be doing it? Is it going to be the traditional shops? Is it giant e-commerce companies? Or is it going to be something totally new we haven't even thought of yet? It's a journey that's still unfolding. Thanks for watching.